Ever feel like something's just off? Like you're carrying more than just your own emotions? In this episode of Dial Up Intuition, I sit down with Reiki Master, life coach, and paranormal investigator Cat Garrett to uncover the invisible energies that cling to us and our homes and learn how to clear them. Ghosts, emotional residue, energetic attachments. It's time to take your spiritual hygiene seriously. Welcome to Dial Up Intuition, a podcast that invites you to awaken your intuition, find your unique frequency, and discover the spiritual gifts already within you. I'm your host, Cat Sanders. I was a radio and television broadcaster before a massive brain hemorrhage caused me to flatline. That life-changing event led to a beautiful near-death experience, and when I came back, I returned with the ability to connect with the other side. Everything shifted. My life deepened, expanded, and aligned in ways I never imagined. And now I want to help you experience the power of your own intuitive awakening. In this podcast, we'll explore how to strengthen your intuition and build a relationship with your personal team of spiritual guides and helpers. You'll hear conversations with remarkable intuitives who have discovered their own unique gifts, from psychic precognition, channeling, and mediumship to empathic knowing, energetic healing, and soul-led creativity. Through their personal journeys, they'll share how these gifts came alive, evolved, and became part of their daily lives. From insightful moments to life-changing inspiration, your intuition is always speaking to you, and we're here to help you dial that up. So whether you're just beginning your intuitive journey or you're ready to go deeper, this is your space to be inspired, guided, and reminded that your intuitive gift was always within you. So let's begin and dial up our intuition together. I am here today with Cat Garrett, and I'm very, very excited that we are going to talk about something super interesting and a little bit different today. So, hello to you.
Hello, it's great to be here.
All right, so we've got kind of a sensitive subject. We are going to talk about attachments, low-vibrational entities. So, how about this? How about telling us a little bit about what you do for people, how you help them intuitively, and how long you've been doing it.
So I am a Reiki Master teacher. I'm also a certified life coach, and those two actually coincide with one another, and you'll find out here shortly how that works. I've also been a paranormal investigator. I cleanse and clear homes. I investigate homes. And I've been doing that for over 30 years now. So, I don't know. I was born this way.
Yep.
Seeing dead people,
35 years. You don't look a day over 36, so you've been doing you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I'm a little old.
No, you're not. You are not. So first of all, let's talk about like an entity or an attachment. What is it?
So there are many types of attachments that you could have or somebody could have, but 8 times out of 10, it is man-made. So an attachment could be created through our emotions, like anger or shame or regret or sadness. We create that energy that attaches to others, or it attaches to your homes. It seeps into the walls of your home, and it creates its own entity, like its own poltergeist, so to speak. And when that is created through our heavy emotions, if something that you're going through is not resolved, or you don't get counseling or talk through it or hire a life coach to resolve those issues, those emotions build up and it pops off of you basically, and it creates its own life, and it thinks that it's alive.
Wow.
So our emotions, when they get so heavy and it pops off, it actually thinks it's alive. It creates its own personality. It creates its own everything. And then it attaches to maybe somebody you're angry at.
Wow.
Or it can attach to you and follow you around. It could reside in your home, and people will feel it when they come in. You being a broker as well, you would know that cleansing a home before you sell it or blessing a home before you sell it will help to get rid of those emotional imprints.
Now, I talk a lot about energy.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, when you walk into a house, and being a real estate broker, I do, you walk into a house, you can feel sometimes that this house just doesn't have good energy. So maybe that's what you're talking about as far as some of these things, these low vibrational entities or energies are maybe left behind in a house.
Right, they're left behind in a house through your own emotional state. So if a couple lived in a home and they're getting a divorce and they're both angry and they're yelling at each other and they have to sell the house because they're getting a divorce, they're going to leave that emotional imprint in that house, and it will affect the next owner unless something is done prior to the new owners coming in.
So what would you do in that case? Because I've actually had this a bit. And in fact, my very first house that I bought, I walked into the enclosed sunroom and went, oh boy, this is bad news, and actually heard from the neighbors that that's where the man used to go, and the son, he used to just ream him, just verbally, take him apart in that room. And you could feel that horrible, horrible energy in that room. And we actually did have the house cleansed, and we took down all the inside of that sunroom and just made it into a patio because it was such horrible energy.
Yeah.
So tell me, what you do, because this is something you do yourself. What would you do to make the house, better and get rid of all of these bad energies and entities? So the only way that you can really get rid of something like that energetic imprint, is to speak to it, number one. Mm-hmm. And you always do it with love, because lower vibrational energy cannot fight love.
That's right.
That's good.
They cannot fight love. No matter what they do, they cannot fight love. And eventually love wins.
Love conquers all.
Love always wins over lower vibrational energy. So you come in and we cleanse the house with frankincense and myrrh. There's a technique that I use, and I'll give you paper. Maybe you could post it on your site.
Great.
On how to do it. But anyways, the frankincense binds all that negative energy. And then, you close your house up, and then you use the frankincense, and then you open it up. And what happens is it leaves voids, voids in the space. And so you light your myrrh, and the myrrh fills it with love and light. Yeah. So we go in and we cleanse all the negative imprints out of that home. And hopefully that works. Sometimes we have to go back more than once. Depending on how heavy that emotion is.
Right.
It sometimes also, if the person that sold the house, if they go get counseling and they heal from what had happened, that imprint will leave the house. Oh. I've been in homes where the families were just fighting all the time, and they said their home is haunted, things are flying across the room. They created it.
Yeah.
So I sat the family down. I said, "You guys need life coaching. You got to get rid of all of this negative energy that you're throwing at each other. It's like fiery darts at one another." And they were actually harming each other physically through their negative emotions, and they weren't even touching each other. Mm. So they were getting sick, being harmed, car accidents, you name it, the whole 9 yards. But once they got counseling, and they resolved their issues, everything went away.
Amazing.
Everything went away. So really, 8 times out of 10, we create our own attachments.
Yeah, but it sounds like, especially if it can be left in the house, these attachments that are created can wander off and affect other people in a very big way.
Right. So if somebody's walking their dog and they're angry, and this angry attachment through their own, that was the imprint that was left in that home, feels that angry person, it will go and attach to that person.
Wow.
It will go and attach to that person because it thinks it's alive.
Yeah. They're wandering around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It thinks it's alive, even though it's not. It's just an energy.
Mm-hmm.
But, energy is living, of course. But, it's just crazy.
It is. Now, I've had experiences when I've done my mediumship where I have seen these attachments actually inside of people.
Yeah.
And that's been an experience, getting these actually out of people. And like you said, love is the key, and it always wins out. And you've actually got to kind of inch those little things down and out of these people and send it back to where it came, or get rid of it. So what is your technique in getting these entities out or gone? Is, like I said, I use love, and I will get it out of a person. Where do you send it, or what do you do when you see this entity, or do you send it back? What do you do with it?
Well, when you send them love, it
dissolve them?
It dissolves them.
Okay.
It dissolves them.
Okay.
So, it's kind of a twofold thing, because normally something like that won't attach to somebody else unless they have some type of deep-seated, like, anger issue, or they have that energy around them or in them in the first place. Because, like attracts like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once that person resolves their own issues, which I know that you help, as being a medium, you help them get through their issues and learn how to forgive people and forgive themselves and just love themselves the way they are.
Yeah.
Just loving yourself the way you are, imperfections and all, it's really going to help so much in your life, right?
It is.
So that will help prevent any attachments, really.
Right.
But we all get them every once in a while. We'll walk into a store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there they are.
They're out and around us. And it really is based on energy.
It's all energy.
It is all energy. And, when you are sending out good energy to people, and you, as a Reiki master, really understand the whole concept of bringing in that good energy, kind of rolling it up in a ball, and I'm making this up because I'm not a Reiki master, and pushing it out towards someone in such an intentional way, with your understanding of being a Reiki master. And that is such a powerful, powerful way of healing someone. And in that same way, when someone is so angry or so hurt or just has all these negative emotions, and they're sending them out towards someone, or they're even holding them in so tightly that this energy ball, so to speak, kind of creates this own low vibrational entity. This is what happens. This is what's created. Right. And all it takes really is love sent at it to destroy it, which is beautiful. Right. But it has to be done. Otherwise, this ugly little being that's been created can wreak havoc on you, or the person that's, that it was intended to hurt, or that you didn't even realize maybe you were sending it to, or some innocent bystander that happens to be walking by can be hurt by this thing.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So what I do as a Reiki master is I set my intentions before I walk out my front door every morning, just to emanate my light. Yeah. Just emanate the love.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And so wherever I go, I could be a catalyst to somebody. Right. To see what's going on, whatever. I don't know. I always end up being a catalyst for something.
Well, I have to tell you, your light, even the first time I met you, your light shines so brightly all the time. I mean, it's obvious. First time I ever saw you, I saw a huge bright light around you.
Yeah.
So it is obvious that you are emanating that light all the time.
Yeah. I'm definitely a catalyst for change, positive change, hopefully. But, you know, I help people see their potential within themselves. And I help them see that, you know, we're human beings on this planet trying to make things work, and we're this great big ball of light, and we're fit into this itty bitty tiny grain of sand, and then they go and tell you, okay, go live your life, right?
Yeah.
Well, where's the instruction manual?
They forgot to send that.
There isn't one. You mean you're going to tell me just to go out and move along, and I've got all these things coming at me, all these energies, all this stuff that I don't understand coming at me, and you just want me to succeed and live in this flesh, this meat suit here?
This meat suit.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Earth is the toughest school to be on.
It is. You know, what's worse, that they let me flatline and go up to this beautiful place, and they say, well, we're going to send you back. You have more to do. What?
I don't need to do anymore.
Where's my instruction manual? What more do I need to do? You know, show me how beautiful it is over there and send me back.
Yeah.
And then they give me these gifts, and it's like, well, okay, what am I supposed to do with it? But it is, and it's nice that I got to meet someone like you and other people around that have such a bright light, because I realize that what is it we need to do? We need to shine our light.
We do need to shine our light.
And you've been doing that for 35 years.
I've been doing it my entire life, unknowingly.
Yeah, and I run into things like these attachments, and I know the first time I saw an attachment, I happened to be not very far away from where you were standing at the time, and I instinctively knew what to do with that attachment, which was nice, but I was also able to talk to you about it, and you went, oh yeah, that's what it is. And you were so calm about it. You just said, oh yeah, that's an attachment. I went, what was that awful looking thing?
It's happened to me so much in my lifetime. Ever since I was a little girl, I lived in a haunted house. I mean, the flies, the dark thing living in my closet. I mean, I've had the whole thing. I've been abducted by extraterrestrials. So, I mean, I've lived a lot of scenarios in this actual lifetime. Not to mention, I don't know, in the many lifetimes I've lived prior to this one, and the many parallel lives that we're living now, but that'll be another podcast.
That's right. And you bet I will definitely have you for that. But it is nice to know someone and be friends with someone who has this experience, because I came back with nothing as far as experience, just all of a sudden started getting these gifts, and I had someone I could turn to, which is great. Yeah. But I want to shift a little bit, and now that we've scared everybody that they know these things are around, I do want people to know it's so simple and so easy to, first of all, protect yourself, because just love. Right. Just think of love, just know you're loved, boom, everything's safe. And also to just understand that, yes, you're okay. No matter what happens here on Earth, no matter what happens in life, you're fine. Right. Because we are all just perfect little souls in these, what do you call them, meat suits?
We're trapped in the meat suit.
We're trapped in the meat suit. And then we go home. Right. And our goal here on this planet is to just send out as much love as we can. We all had this contract that we were sent down here that we don't remember once we get here, darn it, that we are just supposed to learn these lessons. Some of us had these really hard contracts. We decided if you have a hard life, it's your own fault. I know that's harsh, but it's because before you were born, you said, I want to have a tough life. Because
I can do this.
I can do this.
And your counsel's sitting in front of you saying, are you sure you want to do that? I can do anything.
I can can handle it.
I can handle this. But of course, you're not in the meat suit at the time. You think you can handle everything. And then you get down here and you're born and you go, oh my God, I said I was going to do what?
Why is my life so hard?
I signed up for this.
And it is really hard. This is a really tough life.
Right.
But you know what? You're going to get through it, and
Right.
you're going to be fine. And then you're going to go what I call home, because it's fabulous once you're gone, because you live on. But yeah, there are these things that you're going to deal with here, and love conquers these things.
Right.
And the more love you spread while you're here, the less you're going to even have to worry about these things.
Right.
But I want to talk about something else that's going to probably make people go, oh no. And that is souls that cross over, or they don't quite cross over, or what you call fractionally cross over, or maybe they don't cross over at all. And so you're dealing with, I'm going to say some people call them ghosts.
Or earthbound souls.
Earthbound souls. And I have run across these. I have this beautiful gift now that sometimes some people might not call beautiful. I do. And that is that I can see these souls that don't always cross over, or part of a soul that doesn't cross over. I'm going to tell you about an experience I had, and then I want you to explain to me how this happens and what to do about it. I had someone that I saw at a funeral of a mutual friend. She is an adopted mother of a foster child, and she brought this foster child with her. And when I saw this foster child, and she had told me she was all of a sudden having problems with her foster child. She had been a great student. She was a senior in high school. And all of a sudden she started smoking cigarettes and drinking and started experimenting in drugs. And she had never been like that before. And when I looked at her, I saw an energy hanging onto her aura. And it was a male presence. And I saw this person as a soul, or part of a soul that had not crossed over. And it was this person that when I spoke to it, I got the essence that it was someone that didn't want to cross over because he loved the material life. He loved smoking. He loved just the joy of drugs and drinking and being on earth. And he didn't want to cross over. Part of it was he was afraid of what might happen. Would he be punished? And part of it was just the joy of it all. And he wanted to be there. And he was a father figure to this person. And all of a sudden, she started doing all of these things. And he thought it was bringing joy to her life. But it was really harming her. And I was able to convince him that he was hurting her. That it was really, really hurting her. It was hurting her health. It was hurting her future, that she was all of a sudden not going to be able to go to college because she was starting to fail in school. And it was really hurting her, and he needed to leave. And I was able to get him to go into the light. I convinced him that he was not, that it was a good thing. He would still be able to connect with her, and that it was something he needed to do. So can you explain what happened? Why was he there? Why was he doing this? And, why does this happen?
Well, some people don't want to die, right?
That's what.
But their bodies end up dying. I don't know how he died. Maybe he OD'd, or maybe, it just took a toll on his body.
I got the message. It was a combination of a drug overdose with alcohol.
Yeah. So sometimes they're not aware that they're dead and they stay behind. Other times they say, oh crap, I went a little too far, and now they're going to try and find somebody to live through vicariously, right?
Yeah, it felt like that.
So he found his birth daughter.
Yeah.
And, well, if she's anything like him, right, she's going to enjoy this.
Right.
So to speak.
He thought he was helping her.
Sometimes they think that they're helping someone, and they're not helping at all. They're actually sucking the life out of him, pretty much. And even if he was attached to her and she still didn't drink or smoke, she would probably have a lot of other emotional issues or psychological issues that would have affected her life in some way because he was attached to her. I mean, attachments will drain your energy.
Yeah, she was getting sick a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
it will drain
colds and flus, and she just didn't feel well.
Everything that was physically wrong with him in his life, now she's experiencing, right?
Right.
So that's what will happen in another type of an attachment. That can be very dangerous because that person can die basically from that attachment. So you would have to counsel somebody like you, being a medium and seeing what's going on. You would have to counsel that dead person, so to speak, or that soul or being, and convince him, like you did, to go home. That you're, do you love your daughter this much? Do you love her? You're going to use the love again, right? Here we go with the love. How much do you love your daughter? He loved her.
He did.
He loved her. I could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you've got to use that love again. And, if you love her that much, you need to go home because you can help her better.
Right.
That way than being attached to her. Being attached to her is killing her.
Yeah.
It's harming her. It's ruining her life. You're actually ruining her life. So you've got it. That's really you have to do it gently, and with love, once again, and just convince them, hey, you could still be around her. You can go home and still be around her and help influence her life in a positive way. But being attached to her, she's experiencing everything that you experienced when you were, in your flesh. And that's not good for her.
Right.
She's mystery illnesses, drinking, drugs, the whole 9 yards. It's not going to make it through that.
Right.
So, that's why I'm grateful for people like you out there, to help coax those attachments off. But like I said, 8 times out of 10, attachments are created through our own emotions.
Right.
And in the rare cases where there are earthbound souls that attach to others because they want to stay alive and they want to still feel that high. They want to feel that what it's like still to be drunk and on substances, and they do that.
Yeah.
So they'll attach to other drug addicts, or they'll attach to a family member, and that family member will boom. I mean, if you're around somebody and they're great one day and their whole life they had a great personality, and then the next day there's a sudden shift in their personality, and they become, reclusive, they have an attachment.
Yeah.
They have an attachment.
Someone should certainly look.
Yeah. And, we are way more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. We have been dummied down and led to believe that we are meek and weak. We are not. We are so powerful. We have the ability to change this entire planet for the better.
Yeah, you're right.
We are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for.
We can move mountains.
And when we start to accept that statement, we can all come together and make a beautiful, positive change. And that means embracing our shadow side too, our dark side and our light side. Because really, we have to have a balance.
Well, most of us are so afraid of the shadow side.
Don't be.
No, because love does conquer all of the shadow side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you find that balance, then everything is great.
Yeah.
We're not perfect. We're not supposed to be.
No. We're here to learn.
We make mistakes.
Yeah.
We make bad decisions. We have brains.
Well, I don't make any mistakes. Well, okay.
Oh, I'm the first one to say.
You laugh.
I'm the first one to say I make many mistakes.
Oh,
I
boy,
make
I do.
many mistakes. But, we also have so much coming at us.
We do.
Because they want us, or whoever they are.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get into that because then things could be censored or thrown out of podcast or whatever. But anyways, they want to keep us dumb.
Yeah. Society wants to
keep us dumb.
wants to keep us dumb.
The media wants to keep us dumb.
The politicians definitely.
The politicians want to keep us dumb.
But we won't go there.
No, we're not going there. We just need to stand up and say, look, we're so much more powerful than you give us credit for.
Yeah.
We're going to create something better.
Yeah. All through love.
All through love.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. You know, just walking through the world with your light on is just such a beautiful, powerful thing. And it really is our purpose. You know, so many people ask me, what is my purpose? And you have 1,000 things that you're going to do in your lifetime that ultimately create your purpose. But just putting your light in the on position is really...
Just be.
Yeah.
That's your purpose.
That's it.
Your purpose is to just be.
Just be. Just experience what you're supposed to experience. Be that good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, because you signed up for it.
Right.
Just be. Just experience. Just, you know, if you have to touch the hot stove to experience what it feels like to be burned, you know, that's that's your lesson for that day. But, you know, be around other people.
Right. Right.
Love other people.
And change your perception.
Yeah.
Look at things in a different light instead of, you know, oh my gosh, this always happens to me.
Yeah.
If I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. You know, instead of thinking that way, just say, wow, I got to experience this today.
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
Yeah, that happened.
And I made it, that happened. And I made it through. What did I learn from this?
Yeah.
What did you learn from every experience that you've had, every experience that you say was a negative experience? What did you learn from it? Because if you haven't learned from it, it's going to keep happening and it's going to get worse and worse before you finally say, all right, I get it.
That's right.
And then you never have to experience that again.
Yeah, so learn the first time.
Learn the first time. What did I learn from this? Change your perception. Instead of, woe is me, this always happens to me, what did I learn from this? How can I help somebody else when they're going through the same thing that I went through? How can I help them so it will lessen their pain and their suffering from that experience that I've gone through?
That's right.
You know, put your feet in other people's shoes.
Yeah, don't create any of those little negative thingies,
Right.
you know, because of your anger and your resentment. We don't need any more of those things in the world, and you certainly don't need them around you.
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, you're going to have attachments. People get attachments. But, you know, there's just ways that you can get rid of them quickly.
That's right. Now tell me how, I'm asking you to teach our audience here, how can you put a little layer of protection around yourself so that as you're walking out, what's a real quick technique to just put a little layer of protection on yourself?
So set your intention for the day. When you wake up in the morning, set an intention that I am protected, I am loved, and I shine my light.
That's beautiful.
It's simple. It's quick. You can do it while you're sitting on the toilet. I don't know. You know, lock yourself in the bathroom and the kids are, you know, pounding on your door. Mommy. You know, just set your intention that you're protected, your family's protected, and no matter what happens around you, it's going to be okay.
And it is.
It's going to be okay, whether there's a natural disaster. I mean, I'm saying this now, but, you know, if you're caught in a natural disaster, which I have been in natural disasters, and, you know, some people don't make it, some people do, but just...
But we all make it.
We all make it.
It's just, does our meat suit make it?
Right. We're all going to get through it somehow or some way or another.
Yeah,
but,
maybe,
you know, we signed up for it.
Yeah, maybe we have a massive brain hemorrhage like I had, but you know what? My body actually made it through that, but for a while, I didn't. And it was magnificent on the other side because you all live. Your soul lives. So none of us die.
No, you don't die. You live.
You live. Your soul lives on.
You continue to live.
So it's Yeah, as scary as it is, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, you don't die. Your soul lives. Mm-hmm. You just live in a different form.
I mean, there are worse things than,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah, bad things happen.
Yeah, they do happen. We live on this earth where we're dense.
Yeah.
We live in this third density, and there's crime. There's all kinds of things that happen. There's anger, there's joy, there's pain, there's sorrow.
There's suffering.
But I have to say, I've had experiences where I astral travel and I find myself on other planets, and I have been in contact with other beings from other planets as well, and they don't have emotions. Mm-hmm. They don't have anything that we have. They want what we have. So if you look at it this way, is I get to be angry. Mm. I get to be happy. I get to feel sadness. I get to feel sorrow. I get to feel joy. I get to feel.
You get to feel, exactly.
I get to feel. And you embrace that. You embrace that thought of, wow, I get to actually feel. I get to have emotions. If you think about it that way, through that perspective, then you're way ahead of the game, right?
That's very true.
Because there are beings on other planets that don't have any of that.
No.
And that's why a lot of them come and get us, because they want what we have. They want what we have. So next time you get angry at something, why am I angry? But wow, I get to be angry.
Yeah.
But I also get to work through it. I also get to be healed. Hmm. I also get to feel happiness and joy and peace when I get through it.
True. Very, very true.
So embrace that.
Embrace it. I'm going to shift on you here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's funny because she's wearing a shirt that says "Shift Happens."
Yeah.
So I'm pointing at her shirt, but I'm going to shift on you because I just thought about you and I have been to a mutual friend's house, and we saw a literal ghost apparition. You named this, and we won't go into a lot of details because we don't want to out this particular house or person, but you and I have both seen the same ghost. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So this is a spirit that has come back to a particular house or location. Now, tell me what you think about a spirit or a ghost that goes to a particular location. This isn't somebody that is hanging around an aura or a person. This is a ghost that is just at a house. Why would someone stay at a house?
Well, it can be that they actually loved that place so much that they didn't want to leave it, and they claim it as theirs. So when somebody moves in...
So a material object like a house.
Yeah, they can be attached to objects, things. They could be attached to a book,
really?
Or a rock, or a piano, or a home. They can stay attached to that because they loved that item or that thing so much that they didn't want to part with it.
So you think in this case that particular spirit or ghost...
It could have been, or it could have been that something horrific happened to that person at that location, and they feel trapped or stuck there.
Interesting. Do you think that particular spirit never crossed over, or do you think that
it could? Well, I think part of it did, but it was fractured. So when we get into another podcast about parallel lives, we don't live just this life. Our souls are fractured, and we live many different lives in many different dimensions. So it's for our own soul growth. I mean, if we only had one life at a time, if our souls only lived one life at a time, we'd never learn anything.
Take too long.
It would take way too long. So our souls are fractured off, and we live many different scenarios in many different parallel dimensions so that our souls will grow, a lot faster. It's for our own soul growth.
Very interesting.
So, yeah, that'll be another...
Good, I get to have you back.
Yeah. Maybe. No,
I'll
just
buy the
kidding.
donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But there's a lot of things, that could happen.
Right.
We're living on this earth. There's a lot of things that we don't know about. I still don't know a lot of things. I'm just speaking from my own experiences and from the people that I've helped. And I mean, I've gone through a lot of experiences myself, but in cleansing homes, doing investigations, even being out in the forests and things like that. Out in Lake Elsinore, a lot of people were talking about the blue people coming through, like there was a rift in between dimensions, and they were coming through, and a lot of people were seeing these blue people. So that was really interesting too. But so there's just so much going on here. There's really a very thin veil between us and everything else.
Interesting. Interesting.
So, yeah. But once you learn how to deal with all of those things, then, life will be a lot easier, pretty much.
Right. So the awakening or the shift that is happening, how do you think that's going? Do you think we're getting there in the right time?
It's rough.
Yeah.
Emotionally speaking, or energetically speaking, I should say, it's rough.
Yeah.
A lot of people are probably very tired, lethargic, or some days people will have a lot of anxiety and not know why. Wait, there's nothing going on in my life to give me this much anxiety. And next thing you know, if you're paying attention to the Schumann resonance,
yes,
and there's some things on YouTube from some people that will tell you, how the energy is.
Yes.
On the earth and coming from the sun, and all of the solar flare storms and the geomagnetic storms,
yes,
that affects us.
Yes, and for those people who don't know what the Schumann resonance is, and I love this subject, but basically it's the vibration of the entire earth. So if you were to take all of the, say, lightning strikes throughout the entire earth, all of the waves, even tidal waves, all of the things that create vibrations throughout the entire earth, they are actually measured in different, say there's one at NASA, there's one all over, different places all over the earth. They actually measure the vibrational sounds in different places all over the earth. And this is called, of course, a guy named Schumann was the one that came up with this measuring tool and this whole concept. They measure the vibrational sounds and the ups and downs of this sound.
Mm-hmm. Because we all have our own frequency and vibration about us.
Right.
So depending on where we're at, when that's going on, that's how it's going to affect us.
Right. And it can actually advance the awakening more quickly.
Yes.
If the Schumann resonance has an event.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's very interesting. But like I said, we're so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And if we really come together and just know that we have this power, then whoever is trying to control us will lose that power.
Yeah.
They know how powerful we are. That's why they try to keep us dumb.
Yeah. If we all just stood together and thought love instead of all of the stuff that's going on right now with the protests and things going on, if everybody just one day decided to hold hands and think love, the immense power it would create in our world, the healing it would create in our world would be unbelievable.
Oh, it would catapult us.
Yeah.
Exponentially. Yeah.
Immensely.
Yeah, it would.
And I think that's why all of this is being created to slow down what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I said, attachments, we're getting back to the attachments again. 8 times out of 10, they're created by our own emotions because we are so powerful.
Right.
And those emotions create a life of its own, and they think they're alive, and they will wreak havoc on everything, especially the lower vibrational energies. But on the opposite end of that, you can create joy.
Right.
And happiness in a home. right? You can create that love. And some houses you walk into, all you feel is love.
Right.
And that love emanates everywhere, and you can just feel it, and it envelops your whole body and soul, and it feels so good. There are some places I walk into, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
And, other places I walk into, oh my God, you need an exorcism,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So, it just depends. Just change your perception. I know there's a lot going on right now in this world. There's a lot of negative things. There's a lot of change happening. But look at it as this. It's change.
Change hurts. Change is hard.
And we have to change.
We do.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. This didn't happen overnight.
I know what it is going to get better.
And it's not going to change for the better overnight.
Nope.
So we have to know that. Just stay positive, embrace your shadow, embrace your light, find that balance, and just be. Just be. And everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. And celebrate the challenges.
Yeah.
When you get through a challenge, know that, you know what?
I
did it. I got through this.
Yeah.
This is a good thing. This is something I experienced as a soul, and I managed it. I got through it. It's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. My life has been full of experiences,
Yes, it
so
has.
to speak. And still to this day, I'm experiencing a lot of things. And but if you just embrace it with love and know that this too shall pass.
Mm-hmm. And it will.
And it will. Not fast enough sometimes. But it will. Then you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. We just have to stand together.
That's right. Well, I think we're running out of time, but this
Okay.
has been wonderful, and I sure
Thank you.
appreciate it. And don't think you're going to get away from me, because I'm going to bring you back in, and we're going to have another opportunity to talk to you about some other
Perfect.
things. But thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you. I do want to say, if people are interested in talking with Cat some more, again, her name is Cat Garrett, and you can actually reach her by email. And her email is kittycatsbox@live.com, and I will spell that for you. It's kittycatsbox, KITTYCATSBOX @live.com, LIVE.com. And that's, again, Cat Garrett. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay.